Okay. Hi, everybody. It's a great day in Arlington, Texas. The sky is blue. The clouds are a little puffy. It's 72 degrees outside. And I'm so happy to be here with you all. So today, we're making what the Zentangle people call cartouches, little holders for things. We hear the Egyptians talk about cartouches for, I think, animal body parts and things, but ours are going to be a little more exciting than that. And I was thinking of, when I started putting this together, I was thinking about all the ways we could use our little photos with frames around them. So here's one I made of some good friends in Michigan. And they visited us several times in various places we've been around the country. They're just wonderful people, and I thank God for them being in my life. And so Ron says I should send them the original, but I don't know. I just kind of want to keep it to have that in front of me. Maybe I just need to make them another one. That may be what I need to do. And we can also with these cartouches, they don't necessarily have to be of people. I made this tile, and I don't know if you can see it very well. I made the outline, and somehow it just didn't work with anybody's face. And so I found a Christmas card from the National Cathedral with gargoyle, one of the gargoyles. And this is an angel. And by fixing it so that, let's see, I'm backwards with everything. She really, in the photograph, looks kind of like that. But when I turned it this way, I saw that she was talking with God or praying for us or something. And I liked that image of the angels praying for us. And so it kind of became a little artistic statement. And anyway, there it is. But lest you think everything has to be 110% serious, I did this one with my sister's dogs. I sent her the picture of the tile, and she didn't realize it was her dogs until she looked at it closely, because I took it from a Christmas card from several years ago, and one of the dogs isn't even with us anymore, but she got so excited and she started sending me pictures of her son's dogs and everything. So I don't know what I've started, but anyway, we can honor our animals. And sometimes, I don't know, you just get that feeling that you just want to do something fun. And so I decided to put these little mice singing Christmas carols in this one. And that's just kind of a fun thing. And since on these, I have just taped the photograph on the back, you can change them out even. You don't have to use the same one all the time. So this is actually what I plan to teach today, not the little mice singing, but this particular border. In some ways, I let it act like a reticulate and fragments thing, but these are just separate little tangles that we can then color and twist and turn and play with. And they're called Abundies, as in abundance. And so there is that. I did the pearls in the middle a little differently from what the person that created this, or I should say, made the step out of this. But you could put all sorts of things in that center. You don't have to stick with that. Anyway, if you've got a 2-inch tile or your journal or whatever, we can go ahead and just kind of learn this tangle and see how we do. It's really not very difficult. I think you'll have fun with it. I enjoy it. It's very relaxing. Okay. So this is Abundies, Abundies. And it was the step out was made by Zenjoy. And her name is Hanny W. I guess for Hannah. Anyway, so the first thing we do, you can just watch for a second here, is we make this kind of shape. And then we start up here and we sort of aura this. They call it at Zentangle an anchored aura. It's anchored at this end and this end. It's not a perfect aura, but we can kind of do that. And for this first try, I'm going to go for this one where I start everything at one end, and then I'm going to go to starting the auras at opposite ends. Either way is nice, I think. So here we go. And you can make these as broad or as narrow as you want. This is actually a little broader than I thought it would be, but I think I like it too. And then in the middle, we can put some little orbs. And then we can add some little fescues. Like that. And when it comes time to shade, we can shade around here. And then we can do a little shading here, I guess. And then making it look like it overlaps a little bit. And then I'm going to get my tortillon and just kind of do that. When we get to the tan paper, I think what I'm going to do, well, I know what I'm going to do, is I'm going to add white on this to make this part of it really pop to the front. So you can see that here. So I've added some white. I shaded it and then I added some white. Oh, it's Isabel. Hi, Izzy. Glad you're here. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
Need you to mute, Izzy. Or I can mute you.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Anyway, I'm showing this to you on white paper, but then you'll see how it's different when we do it on the tan paper. So I've got this, and I'm going to show you the other way real quickly here. We just make this arc. And then we come up here and make the arc the other way. And add some Abundies, add some fescues. Now the lady at Tangle Patterns Miss Farmer, did this particular tangle in kind of a string, in a kind of like that. So that's one way you could line it up to make a border with the, the things on the outside. Then it might sort of give you an idea. Or you could do it this way, maybe flipping and flopping them back and forth. Anyway, there's a lot of different ways to do it. In fact, you may want to try it several times, different ways. I got started with this one last night, and instead of having them kind of turned this way and that way, I just did them all the same direction. You can think of them in many ways like we did with our reticula and fragments, and how we could mirror them and flip-flop them and play with them to see what strikes our fancy. So now that we've played with that, I'll give you a minute or two to work on it, and then we'll go to the next thing. So there's that. Okay. Next. Now a little bit about craft technique. Let's just say, excuse me. It's a terrible thing to straighten up your studio. Everything suddenly is not in arm's reach anymore. Let's just say you've got a Christmas card that you think is a pretty good one. Yeah, this is a priest who's, I can't remember where she is now, but she used to be in Georgetown, Kentucky there. And this was her Christmas card. I think it's pretty funny that she did her family photo in the likeness of the Legos. It was probably her husband that did that. So either one of these might be real fun, but before we actually did it, we might want to see how it would look close up. If in fact things would fit. And so I'm suggesting, and you don't need to do this right now, or you can, that you make you some windows like that, and maybe different sizes and different arrangements. I made these two on a 3.5-inch tile, but since I know a lot of you are working on 4-inch tiles, this being a 4-inch tile, you could have either a little bigger picture or maybe 2 pictures, or 4 even if they're real small. And this will be your little viewfinder to help you visualize what you want. Now, any questions about this? Do you get what I was doing there, huh? Yes, no, okay. And let me pull these out of the way for a minute and show you some other things. Okay, here's 2 different methods for dealing with these pictures. In this method, I cut out a square from this tile and I just stuck their picture on the back with tape. On this one, I didn't have all that overlap. That was all the picture I had. And I decided to go ahead and try something else. And so on this one, I just made a square. And then I put these on. I had some glue dots. You can use double-sided tape or whatever you want. I put in the brown frame, like with a black frame in it. I think it looks kind of nice. And then you get a little bit more. Well, both of them have a 3D effect. This way, here it's sunk in. And this way here, the picture kind of lifts off the page a little bit. So this is Elegant, if you remember, that we did a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to send you in the newsletter, I'm going to send you copies of all these for you can so you can study them more closely later. At any rate, any questions? Concerns? All right. Oh, Christine?
Yeah, when you say newsletter, what is that? Is that when you send us the email with the Zoom link in it?
No. It's what I send on like Wednesday or Thursday. Have you not been getting that?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh dear. Well, Christine, let me when y'all get started, I'm gonna look something up and see, but you're getting the other one.
Yeah,
So somehow you're not on that list, and I can't believe you're not. Oh, darn. All right. Well, we'll get you up to speed. You're missing out on a lot of stuff.
okay.
Yeah, and I apologize. Anybody else out there in TV land, if you're not getting a newsletter, let me know and I'll send it to you or check on things. All right. Let's get ourselves a tile. A tan tile if you've got one. If you don't worry about it. Use a white one. And with your pencil in your hand, let's just take a moment to breathe and relax. And be thankful for all around us and for our creative abilities and for our art and our supplies. And then let's go ahead and put our little dots in the corner. And breathe. And then draw our lines. Okay. And now we add our string, and instead of a swirly line on the card, I'm going to suggest that you just for today, later you can change the shape if you want, but just for now, let's make us some kind of little square in the middle. And whether you plan to cut this out or whether you plan to tape or paste your picture on top, we still won't be doing too much in that square. Then I'm going to suggest that we can go ahead and get started with our pen. Well, no, we won't. What we're going to do now is let's outline this a little bit. Just aura around that box.
What's that kind of?
Question? Okay. And then let's put a second aura on the inside of our outside frame. Now I want you all to be perfectly clear that I never do these things the same way twice. And so this is something a little bit different. Anyway, as I was doing this, I kind of divided this up into 4 squares on each side, marked them off to kind of make them like our reticula. Just very lightly draw those divisions. They don't have to be exact by any means. Anyway, there. That's our string for now. And we can pick up our pens. And I'm going to start with my 01. Black. And I'm going to make that little shape slanty in this box. And I like it, I think, the best when things alternate, the direction of it alternates a little bit. Now I'm going to switch to my brown pen. My 01 with brown. And I'm going to put those little anchored auras around these. Not really being too particular about which direction they go. I may just kind of see how it seems to fill the shape. This one, I'm just gonna come around like that. Remember to breathe and turn your tile. Okay. So we've come this far. Now, let's go ahead and well, yeah. Let's aura these things. Go back to your black pen, your black 01. And let's just draw a black aura around each one of these. If you need to get up and take a little break or something, go ahead, or get a glass of water or a cup of tea. Okay. Are we ready for the next thing yet? All right. Let me look at this. So we've drawn these lines. I think I'm going to go ahead. Well, I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I did the first time. I'm going to go ahead and put these pearls in, but you might want to wait to color black around them until we've done a few other things. So the way we'll do that is we'll put a nice, with our black pen, we'll put a nice big pearl in the middle, orb, and then little smaller ones on each side. All right. So let's put in our little fescues, just kind of fill in those spaces with the little fescues. And I guess you can use black or brown. I'm probably going to use the black. So Okay. At this point, let's add a little bit of shading with our graphite pencil, your number 2 or whatever you've got, and just put a little bit of graphite right where a shadow would fall if these things overlapped. Let's see here. Maybe you can see that a little better. Just a little bit. And we're not even going to take our tortillon to it at this point, I don't think. No. We're just going to put a little bit of graphite. All right. Let's take our charcoal pencil. If you don't have a charcoal pencil, just skip this part. But first, let's see. Let's go ahead and color in the pearls in the middle. Just color them in with that white chalk. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Unmute yourself and ask. Comments? Jokes? Okay, I have a joke. So there were these 4 cats in a boat. And they were kind of, you know, wagging their little tails and everything and looking over the side and everything. And all of a sudden, one of them jumps out of the boat and into the water. So the question is this: how many cats were left? Hold up fingers or whatever. You're all looking a little perplexed. Okay. You're saying 50, Margot? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, the answer is none. Because, wait for it, they were all copycats. Well, it's a clean joke at least. So there you are. Have to break this up with a little levity. Anyway, the next thing we're going to do with our little white charcoal pencil, how you can have white charcoal, I do not know. But I want you to make little marks. If you need to sharpen your pencil, do it. And along the outside edge, I'm going to really zoom in here. On the outside edge, of that, kind of next to where the graphite is, draw a white line like that. And all of a sudden, this thing is going to begin to come to life. Okay. Now let's come back in with our Micron 01 or our PN. You can use either one. And let's color around these pearls. And maybe redraw those lines a little bit. The reason I told you to wait to do this was so that you could redefine the lines that got smudged a little with the chalk. So there you are. If you can keep from putting your hand on top of the tile as you do this, kind of work from the outside, you'll keep that white from smudging. It's real easy to smudge. Now I'm kind of shading behind the background a little bit between the little Abundies. And then we'll smudge it all out just to make it a little bit darker and make these stand out a little bit better. And now I'm smudging out that background a little bit. All right. Now grab your jelly roll. On second thought, don't grab your jelly roll. Grab your PN if you have it, or your O1. If you don't, your black PN. And let's do some lines, the outside lines. I'm going to leave this center empty so that you'll have some leeway and some, if we draw lines in here, the picture you want to put in there might not fit very well. So I'm going to leave all of this for you to deal with. And we're just going to finish up the outside. So let's take our O1, our PN, our black PN, and do this outside line. And make it a little bit squiggly or wonky if you want to. I'm kind of doing this squiggly so it looks like a torn edge or something. And you can tell your friends you just copied your teacher and your teacher didn't know how to draw a straight line. So you just were doing it like she told you. Okay. Now let's try something I haven't tried yet. I've got to do something different with y'all than I did with other people. So let's get our charcoal, white charcoal. Or if you've got a white colored pencil, that would work too. Or even if you just have your white jelly roll. And let's put that white kind of on the inside of this, just on the inside. Try to keep from getting the white on that black line if you can. You can always go back and redefine that line if you need to. Okay. Now, let's go around it one more time. And this time, let's put some graphite on the outside of that black line, and then we're going to come back and smudge it out. So put, you know, a fair amount of graphite down. Okay. After all of that smudging on either side of this line, you're probably going to need to go back and crisp it up just a little bit. Make that edge sharp. Okay. So there's that. And now let's, for real this time, let's get our jelly roll. Our tin, if possible. And let's put a dot, a white dot, and I'll just put a white dot there. That's going to be our upper left-hand corner. And so let's put our white dot in the upper left-hand corner of that circle, if there is such a thing. A light touch on these jelly roll pens will serve you better than a hard touch. So if the ink isn't flowing, just treat it very lightly. That ball inside there has to roll around. And I think sometimes it gets stuck. So okay. And if you feel like it, if you want to, you can go in and put some little white dots in here. I did that in this one. It looks more like snow or something. Or you can just leave it like that. So I think we can stick a fork in it and call it done, except for what we do in the center part with our picture. So, you know, I might could, Little John, that picture's too big of Little John. So I'll find something else and put it in the middle there. Any more questions? Then I'm going to put my chop on here. And I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to sign it. And it's November the 8th of 21.